Hey, welcome point pickers, and I have got a big update for you. We've been trying to put together all the VIP features that have been requested that needed to be updated, and I think we have maybe the final one for this year. So first of all, I want to say thank you for those of you that participated and have helped make me able to develop and execute what you've asked for and what we think will make the game the best that it can be. So I want to recap the VIP features. Remember, again, now that you're in, you're grandfathered for life. Those are all going to be behind a paywall beginning of next year. It's going to be $4.99 a week, $59.99 a year, and $159.99 or whatever for life after the first game next year. So if you have friends or family that want to get into this, tell them to get in now between now and the end of next year, or the beginning of next year, and they will be grandfathered for life. We also are going to begin to develop a leagues sort of feature, which will allow people to develop leagues and have their own separate scoring for their own leagues, whether it be a sports bar or just a bunch of friends or whatever. And that is going to be phenomenal. And they'll be able to use their picks from the regular point pickers for their league, or they'll be able to do it separately. So it'll be kind of fun. And then they can have their offshoot bets or whatever they want. But remember, it's $100 a week next year, starting the first game, and all this stuff will be behind the paywall. So let's go through what is VIP. First of all, weekly picks. At this point, you can still make changes all the way up until game time. That's huge. I think it's still the biggest VIP feature there is. If you want to change late in the day, I know most of you make your picks on Thursday. But if once $100 is on the line, you may think differently about making changes over the weekend. Okay. Leaderboard is the next one where you can actually look at other people's picks and you can say, hey, at the end, come Monday night, maybe you've got the 49ers and you're looking at someone else that has the 49ers at a higher rate and you don't want to take a big a chance, you can make that change. That's for this week. That's why I reference the 49ers. They're playing Monday night. Of course, the VIP stats, which tells you your performance for the whole year and this week. This is what's going on here. You can go through all of this stuff, which gives you insight as to how your year has gone. And let's see. So that's what happens when you have VIP. I want to just show you what happens when you don't have VIP. So if you go to weekly picks right off the bat, if you didn't make all your picks on Thursday, sorry, you've been disqualified for the week. VIP stats, you're going to get a little pop-up that says here, if you want to join, this will all be behind a paywall. And you can see this is a free account. So remember, if you have friends you think would be into this, get them to join, even if they're just joining and don't play this year. Join before the beginning of next year because it's all going to be behind a paywall. Okay, now I want to go into the biggest and newest thing we just developed for the VIP stats. So, of course, we got the VIP pick stats, which I think is really cool. You can see who's picking what team percentage-wise and where they are ranking them. Also, you can see what's been done in the past. So, in other words, after a home win, when they're playing at home, what is a percentage of their win or whatever. There's gonna be a lot of zeros for a while until we accumulate a lot more data on this section. But it does show you what the league does. Typically, here the league does 47%. The Rams usually are a little bit higher than that. Unfortunately, as we know, they lost that game. So that's just kind of a neat stat. The new game intel is going to give you a ton of information, namely injury reports right here at your fingertips. So before you make your picks, you're going to go in there and see exactly who's out, who's questionable, who's on injured reserve, all that kind of stuff, as well as articles on the matchup or about the teams themselves. So these are key information intel you'll be able to use with each game now. And then there's going to be a team comparison. So it shows you both offense and defensive stats. And it also says which one has more advantage in terms of all of these stats. So that is going to be key in terms of making your pick. That's our new VIP feature. I think it's going to be the last feature. The next thing we're going to put in is the leagues, but that won't be a VIP. That'll just be for everyone. If you want to develop your own league, it'll be kind of fun. But again, I just want to say thank you for participating. It's so awesome that you people are playing just for fun to help me develop this, because next year it's going to be a blast, and it's going to be $100 on the line, and you get the VIP. You don't ever have to pay for VIP because you help me out here, and we'll get a lot more people that play for free. Because it's going to be $100 on the line. So anyways, thanks so much. Enjoy the game intel, and make your picks. All right, see you later.